Hello everyone, this is Erik, the Asian movie enthusiast, and this is my review of The Garden of Sinners, also known as Kara no Kyukai, an anime film series that was released in 8 parts from 2007 through 2011. This is one of those OVA series, also known as original video animations, which are basically direct-to-video releases. Now these films range from 30 to 120 minutes in length apiece. Big variety there, for a total runtime of approximately 9 or so hours. There are also a few bonus OVAs out there if you want to check them out after the main storyline. Now there are essentially 2 main characters to this story. A young woman, gifted with the mystic eyes of death perception, and her male friend who investigate mysterious deaths and strange events. Now, as Wikipedia states, the series deals with the paranormal and tackles mature themes such as suicide, rape, patricide, incest, and murder. Its lore and story draws inspiration from various religious philosophies and psychological concepts such as multiple personalities, the Anima and animus, the nature of sin, life, death, and reincarnation, and the paradoxical nature of the Taiji. So there's a lot to unwrap in this show, and needless to say, the tone here is very mature, with intelligent script writing and a complex, non-linear narrative that demands one's undivided attention. Character development is top-notch, and although the dialogue frequently concerns psychology, it avoids descending into, meaningless psychobabble. And I do think that there are some very popular anime out there, philosophically based anime, that do fall prey to the psychobabble flaw, where their characters just spout out long diatribes that make no sense at all and essentially mean nothing whatsoever. The Garden of Sinners does not fall prey to that trap, so that's good. Even the final film, which is essentially one long philosophical monologue, is actually quite interesting, so that's an accomplishment. Viewers will probably need to rewatch these movies multiple times in order to understand all of the details, because there is a lot of depth to soak in here. Now, the animation is actually gawk-worthy, with excellent use of color. I've mentioned before in my review of Marduk Scramble that OVAs have some absolutely stunning visuals despite the fact that they have not been released in cinemas. You would think that if an anime is released direct to DVD that it really wouldn't look that great. That all the bigger budget anime that are released in theaters would have so much better animation quality. That's not always the case. And the same can be said with The Garden of Sinners, which has very impressive production values. I really liked the bamboo forest environments in OVA number 2, and OVA 7 is set outside at night during the monologue in a light snowfall, which was very atmospheric. The theme song in this, fantastic. One of my favorites to any anime. There is some horrific atmosphere and visuals here as well. The violence does get bloody, and there are a few references to rape, as I've previously mentioned, but it's not gratuitous, and it actually helps to add to the depth of the story. This is actually a very classy anime. Don't get the impression that this is like trashy or anything. It really isn't. Right from the opening film, you're actually going to have a good idea of what you're in for, because the explanation given for the horrific events for that particular OVA is very nuanced and dramatically compelling. As another example, the second film, OVA, reveals something about our protagonist that's very ballsy, but also very interesting. I'm kind of surprised they went there. So, this anime will go there, and it will go there in proficient ways. So what I'm trying to say is that the dark elements of The Garden of Sinners are backed up by quality script writing. The only negative that I can think of regarding this series of OVAs is that because it's so cerebral, there are stretches of deliberate pacing and quietness. So some viewers may find this anime to be a bit too slow for its own good. It does not have as many crowd-pleasing moments as something like Fate Zero, which I recently covered, opting instead for a slow burn pace. Now, there are some exciting thriller action sequences in this for sure, but you will need a little bit more patience with this anime series when you watch it. So be sure to go into this with that expectation. So I strongly recommend The Garden of Sinners. It's moderately available on DVD. The American release is extremely expensive, but again, if you could find the Malaysian all-region DVD, be sure to pick it up. The subtitles were solid on the version that I bought. And that's the version I have in my collection. So, as always, we will see you next time.